Am I actually being serious when I say that the Duchess is the best character in the entire game? Yeah, kind of. There's like a little caveat behind it, and that is if she does have CARIAN Slicer. The Duchess with CARIAN Slicer, I think, is the single best character in the entire game. Now, you can go ahead and say some similar things to the other Nightfarers, like the Wilder with the Star Scourge Greatsword or the Grafted Blade Greatsword. You could argue being the best character in the game, or like the Raider power sensing 2 high damaging great hammers, or like having a Geezer's Will. You could say some very similar things, but the thing with CARIAN Slicer is that you're pretty likely to get it every single playthrough. Like, you're going to fight it on like a random white staff. Now, still then, the chances of you getting it is about like 50% per run, so I never would really have the Duchess be like the best character in the game, because the thing that makes her the best is still RNG heavy. But what makes CARIAN Slicer amazing is that it's just stupid DPS, like incredibly fast, dirt cheap, and it just outputs insane damage. Now, CARIAN Slicer with the Recluse still in fact gets more damage because yes, she has a higher intelligence scaling, but there are a few things to look out for. One, obviously the Duchess gets restage skill, and when you use restage, then your CARIAN Slicer is going to be doing way more damage because obviously it boosts all like your close range based attacks. And also the Duchess does get a much higher dexterity scaling, so therefore she actually is going to just cast spells faster too, so you're just getting even better DPS on top of the fact that she is going to have restage. And then she is also going to have a much better dodge compared to the Recluse because it is fine-tuned for close combat. It's really quick, has like iframes the entire duration. If you have the option to extend it the entire time if you wanted to make it last even longer. Whereas for the Recluse, her dodge animation is a lot longer and you're forced to just go through that entire animation. And with how long that it can be with the Recluse, you're kind of like cutting into your damage opening. The Recluse's dodge is kind of meant for her to retreat and just gain distance so she can spam spells at a distance. She's not really meant for this close range type of combat. And also the Duchess does have like, you know, that passive effect or passive ability that makes her spells and attacks just do less stamina as well. Also fine-tuned for closer combat. But yeah, with that whole, you know, dialogue out the way, let's go talk about the relics that I am running. Now, obviously, CARIAN Slicer, we're going to have to try and build around that, and CARIAN Sword Sorcery buff does boost the damage by 12%. I am also going to have Hoarfrost Stomp. I think the Hoarfrost Stomp is the single most important relic when it does come to the Duchess, because Hoarfrost Stomp is an amazing skill, nice AoE. It procs Frost in an instant, and if you're proccing Frost, you're doing more damage. It does like some percentage damage as well, and it's a cold-based skill, so it scales off Dexterity and Intelligence, which is exactly the scalings of the Duchess, so it does amazing damage. The best pairing for Hoarfrost Stomp is with this character. Next most important thing would be character skill attack power up. We have that here alongside +3 daggers, which gives us 10% more damage. Unfortunately, the HP restoration with Curse Sword's kind of useless. Taking attacks improves attack power, borderline useless, but it still benefits every now and then. And we do have the attack power up when facing Frostbite afflicted enemies, which is like an additional 10% more damage on top of like the debuff that they already get. Enemies already get inflicted by with their regular Frostbite, and it did come with some more vigor and the Dagger Chain Reprises event. I don't really care much for this one because there aren't many opportunities where I am going to get the final light attack off of the dagger, and for the most part I kind of want to play around CARIAN Slicer anyway. So honestly, I could switch this one up because I have many really good relics for the Duchess, like this one right here, just more attack, magic attack power and character skill cooldown, which is like a couple seconds off the skill, which is really good. I also have this one, which is the CARIAN Slicer boost alongside the improved initial standard attack, improved character skill attack power. The improved initial standard attack is kind of useless for this character because it doesn't work with spells, and with a dagger, it's just, yeah, no point. But unfortunately, I don't really have many good green relics. I could use something like this, which lets me start off with a Blade Infusion and having Frost. The strength is kind of useless, but I mean, I might do it. Because I don't really care much for the Dagger Chain Reprises event, so we'll go ahead and run this one with this, and that might end up being a better build. It's going to be more reliant on getting CARIAN Slicer, which, you know, RNG heavy, some runs you just don't get it, but if I do with a build like this, it could do pretty well. And like, worst comes to worst, we still have Hoarfrost Stomp and a way to get more damage when you proc Frost. And we get Blade, although this particular relic with a Blade Infusion kind of just sucks. It only gives you like 20 or 30 blades build up to your dagger, and it's going to take a lot longer to actually try and proc Blade. But yeah, let's go take this into a game and see how it goes. Okay, we've got the Darkdrift Knight. We have one rise only, which is kind of unfortunate because that's like, you know, one of our only places to really get the staves. That's what is one like unfortunate part about the Duchess is that even though she's like meant to be playing with spells, she's not really likely to actually find staves, which is kind of annoying. Like she's very likely to find daggers, which is cool and all. But I would wish that she was equally likely to find things like staves as well. So we actually have more of a chance to get things like CARIAN Slicer. So if they actually change it to where that's the case, that will definitely help out a lot. But yeah, it looks like that we're going to have to go through some forts, which is there's one here. Maybe there's chances that the merchants actually go sell it as well. We have the special merchants right there too. So maybe we can rotate around that way instead because there is a fort next to that rise. So that could be a play. We don't have Evergel, but might as well go pick up a Stone Sword key. Because why not? Magic attack power 2, we take those. 9%. Reduce spell FP cost. I don't think that even works with CARIAN Slicer because I think you can't even get down to 3 FP from 4 FP. Because I'm pretty sure CARIAN Slicer only consumes 4 FP, so... Waiting to proc Frost again. So fire duties, Frost resist. And then we can use this. Go 1 bleed proc. But yeah, for the most part, I don't really care much for the bleed infusion. Spell casting speed, is it? Nice. +1. That'll pretty much max out our spell casting speed as well. Another Stone Sword key. Don't care about that. Have the hook claws. I probably proc bleed faster than my dagger does, so maybe I could switch. Another thing that you could potentially run with the Duchess, or one thing that I look out for as well in terms of spells would be Scholar's Armament, which is a weapon buff, and that can actually help you do a lot more damage as well. So you can actually have that infused onto a bleed weapon, a bleed dexterity weapon, which would be pretty cool. Like the one I have now is fine. The claws would be good. A Nugget keyboard would probably be even better. Now if you don't have like, you know, the God Roll relics that I have, pretty much, then using the Kiligo boss relic is pretty good. But I still would like to prioritize Hoarfrost Stomp instead of having Chilling Mist. But Chilling Mist would be like the next best thing still. Affinity damage negation. When you have restage, this bleed build-up doesn't seem as bad. Should we kill this dragon now? Maybe we do. Give me something good. Give me the Graven School Talisman. That's not the Graven School Talisman. I don't need this raw medallion. How much damage are you doing here? This is not ideal. One thing that's good about the Kiligo boss relic as well is that you can go invisible when you proc Frost, which is nice. So if you had CARIAN Slicer, he'd be getting messed up right now. Give me this 1 blade proc. I might come back. This is pretty sad damage. See what this guy has. CARIAN Slicer? That was a tease. I always get mixed up between the CARIAN Glint Blade and the CARIAN Glintstone stuff, and it's like, it looks like it was going to be the CARIAN Slicer, then it just wasn't. But we can go through this fort and this rise, and hopefully we find it. But yeah, this is the exact reason why I'll never put the Duchess as the best character, even though I think she can be pretty easily, is that it's still RNG heavy, so. Still RNG reliant. So +1 character improved spell casting speed. I'm pretty sure it gives you like around about +30 to your virtual dexterity. Which your virtual dexterity caps at 70 for spell casting speed. So with the Duchess, being that she has like 40 dexterity roughly at max level. At higher levels, that's pretty much going to be max casting speed just by having that 1 buff. Which is pretty cool. As of right now, though, it's going to be like close to max. Honestly, with CARIAN Slicer, it's not really that noticeable anyway. And there she is. And it came with FP restoration on attacks, +2, which means that we have infinite FP now, which is lovely. There we go. And that's the game right there. That's the game. We just won. We honestly have time to kill this guy. And we can go buy a purple stone off this merchant. The question is, should I bother going for the frostbite first? Because I have the frostbite afflicted. We have a lot of damage now. We're only at level 4. This is going to be a day 2 boss. And he's still going to get shredded. Wait, it came with adulas moonblade too? Oh, that is disgusting. No, don't jump away. That might be... Which button do I press? It's R2. I'm tripping. Wait a minute. I honestly think Ardula's Moonblade actually gets boosted by CARIAN Sword Sorcery as well. I might be wrong on that, but I genuinely think Ardula's Moonblade does, from memory. So I think I'm literally getting a damage boost here as well. And he just died. Maybe Ardula's Moonblade will be better. Magic attack power even further. Lovely. Cool. Well, we just beat the game. That's actually crazy. Wait, buy this, buy that. We'll go buy a Ritual Sword Talisman as well. Make this purple. Okay, cool. Never have I seen a bigger GG in my life. I should have leveled up as well. Get my FP back. Because I kind of want to clear out this middle castle since I'm here. Be like level 10 first day. Okay, that's interesting also. We should do that. We should in fact do that. Let's do that. Okay. Let's do that right now. Fortunately, I have some attack power up boosts. And I kind of want to go get the Symbol of Avarice, which this is not ideal for that, but it's going to help me get a lot more levels. And the more levels that we have and the more runes that we have, the more damage we can output because of that buff that we're going to go grab. So, not going to level up now. Good thing I didn't level up, actually. This is why Whole Frost Dump is good for situations like this. So just run, kill a bunch of enemies, and just run away. I think I missed some of them as well. Disregard. Honestly, let's go kill Libra. Why not? We have the means. Break the curse. Take the runes. Give me the Symbol of Avarice. And then I think we just go kill him. Yeah. I think we just go kill him. Where's my Carrion Slicer? And I'm pretty sure Libras actually resist to magic too. Thank you, Carrion Slicer, for being broken. Basically, non-existent FP cost. Oh my goodness. Okay, so... I'll leave it on the ground. Okay, so winged... So... They do work. Multi-hit talismans do work with Carrion Slicer. The thing is, Carrion Slicer has such like a small... like motion value when it does come to like working with the multi-hit talismans. So you have to like hit with Carrion Slicer like 7 or 8 times just to proc like one of the buffs. So it does boost it, but it's not going to be as good as having the Ritual Sword Talisman. But I'm not even benefiting with the Ritual Sword Talisman right now. But I can have it for the final boss, so I don't know. Come here, Mr. Erdtree Avatar. I might just leave Hoffrost on for now because I want to be more efficient with my... Because Ardula's Moonblade is a bit more expensive, so that's going to cost 1. We can just Carrion Slicer. Not a big deal. That's some silly damage. Honestly, we can go back to the middle castle. We have time, right? Blade of Calling, FP restoration on attacks. Okay, well now we're never gonna run out of FP. We're good for real this time. Yeah, we're basically set for the run. Okay, literally first. Okay. It's not gonna get much better than this when it comes to showcasing a build. Maybe I don't. I'm probably not gonna go to the middle castle because Ahsoka's gonna end like somewhere around about here, probably this top side. So, that's unfortunate when it comes to proccing. We can't proc frost on these guys, but it clearly doesn't even matter. It clearly does not matter. The damage is just too like. I was like, I can't proc frost. What do I do? Do I really need FP? Not really. Give me more runes. Because I have the more runes I get, the more damage I do. So, yeah, I didn't even have time for the middle castle. But the circle's ending right next to it, which is lovely. What boss is over there? It's a Deathrite bird. I could maybe... I don't know. I'm clicking the wrong buttons here. We can outspace that. Damn. Damn. Adulas moonblade destroys things. Maybe Adulas moonblade is the real broken thing. Oh god, more runes. Okay, cool. Well, I was right, we're level 10. Can I quickly kill this Deathrite bird? I'm pretty sure he's somewhat magic resist, but why not? If we die, like, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. Can we proc frost on this guy? I don't think we can. I think he's immune. There's how much damage this does, though. I think he's immune to, like, everything. That's kind of silly damage. That's part of the reason why I would rather just CARIAN slicer spam, even though adulas could probably do more DPS. It's just much safer. But it's like hitting the enemy multiple times. Let's go just in case. I still run out of FP. Just spam dodge because she's just broken that way. Never get hit by anything. Guard count is exactly what I needed. I don't know, useless stuff. Who cares? Okay, we got to level 11 on day 1, which is pretty cool. We got 1 church as well. Not too bad. Okay, so we killed 3 day 2 bosses. Now we can just go clear out the entire middle castle. That's guaranteed level 15. As soon as we go do that, after killing whatever boss is here. Who knows what it is? Our damage is going to be stupid. Maybe I shouldn't have leveled up, actually. Because having the runes is probably better to have that 1 extra level. I probably shouldn't have bothered. And we kind of had the talismans that we want. I might go back to pick up that winged sword insignia. After clearing out the middle castle. I'm going to pick it up afterwards. Finding the Knight's Cavalry, which is not ideal. But not that no, it doesn't even matter who we get. We're gonna destroy everything. Like, these omens are dying in 3 CARIAN slices. It quite literally does not matter. It does not matter. Yeah, cool. Next. Now you guys see what I'm saying, right? You guys see what I'm saying? Inflict blood loss. It doesn't. Who cares? You see the vision, right? When you have 2 CARIAN slicer buffs, magic attack power, and you got a couple more damage boosting stuff, and it gets pretty silly. Can I hit both at once? It's gonna proc frost, right? It didn't proc frost. Didn't matter. Actually, I'll use a Starlight Shard. Of course. I can go buy a couple more. I think the whole frost number is more efficient at proccing the frost. More FP, lovely. Whatever is gonna be here, it doesn't matter. They're gonna get destroyed. Definitely getting destroyed. Is he gonna get procced in one hit? No, I think I missed anyway. I have the taking damage boost my attack power. I forgot about that. Oh, imagine if that actually worked. Oh, if that actually worked with the symbol of avarice, is having the symbol of avarice on was always just gonna give me that damage boost. That'd be kind of crazy. I'm not getting a stance break, so that doesn't matter. Level 14. Yeah, we're kind of, yeah. This might be the most broken run of all time. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need any of those. We have this. This is basically the same thing. Wait. That's boost my item discovery too. I can just take that off. Cause that's 20% too, right? That's 15%. Never mind. Disregard. I think it's 20% in the base game. They nerfed it for this game. No, don't do that. Adulas not proccing frost as fast as I thought it would have. Saint Trina's Torch. I don't think that HP restoration boost actually stacks with the gradual flask restoration. Somebody told me that it actually stack. So even though gradual flask does actually give you a bunch more healing, what the hell are you doing? Geez, that does a lot of damage. Let's go to the rooftop. Get that level 15, then we can just do, like, I don't know, anything that we want to, really. I don't know what else to do. I might just kill some more Banished Knights, I guess, that's here. I mean, I could, I don't know. Just clear out the rest of the castle. It's a black goggle. We can't proc frost on them, but one thing that they're weaker to is magic damage. Red-eyed black gargoyle. Very challenging game. Very challenging game. The last day 2 boss is all the way in the corner. We're not going to bother going there. Oh, we actually do what we need. We need sorcery damage boosting stuff. We need to get those. We actually need to kill bosses because I want to get some boss drops to actually get that. So hopefully we get that at least, I don't know, somewhere. Although these guys are not bosses. None of these. Are there any more boss Banished Knights in the castle? I don't think so. They're gonna give me runes. But no boss drops. Just be reckless with it. Ooh, almost died there. There was one. Resistances. Okay. Well, we're rich. That's all that matters. Okay, we can go drop this now. Stay at full health. Don't need that anymore. Okay, pick up the winged sword insignia. I don't need none of these. I might go to a merchant and buy 2 more starlight shards just in case I want to spam Ardala's moonblade more. And then I don't know who else to kill. I guess we can kill the boss up here, hopefully get something, and just kill the rest of the bosses in the circle, I guess. Nothing else we really need to do. We have purple Carian Slicer. I mean, if you had the Crater, I would have had a gold Slicer. It would be even more broken. Give me a pouch. Give me 2 of those. I can buy a Wending Grace. 2, I guess. Magic attack power 9%. Honestly, improved attack power, full HP 7%. I could get rid of the Duchess dagger and just proc Frost with adulas, right? I mean, Whole Frost I'm gonna do it quicker, but I could just do it with adulas. I don't need, yeah. We have adulas. We could just use that. And it'll just do more damage on Whole Frost too, so. Can lead off the fight with that a couple times, proc the Frost, use restage. And then we go from there. Although the crowd control is better, but it's fine. We're just fine-tuned for boss fights. There actually is 2 more Evergels in the circle too. Imagine if you had the Evergel buff on top of this. Okay, he just died before his health bar even spawned in. Spell casting speed, we do not care. I'm kind of very curious to see how fast this Darkdrift Knight is gonna get killed. I would like to get some sorcery buffs, please. So kill the boss here. There's the Albinorix. Kill the 2 bosses here. Then probably go to kill the Evergel boss instead of killing the Albinorix again. It's not gonna take long. They're kind of all next to each other. What boss is this? Ew. Damn. Damn. I should went with the rune. I don't know. I mean, like, the damage boost that you get off the Libra buff kind of like soft caps like 100k, and then like you can keep going all the way up. And I think it's like a 40% damage boost. So it's kind of like having the Evergel relic once you get to like 300k runes or something like that. So we pretty much have the Evergel buff just as a relic. Or just as a event buff. We just need something else. I didn't actually check if that merchant was selling, is there any merchants? There's one over there. If merchant was selling like Blood Boil aromatics, because I'd actually buy those. Because unfortunately I have like no other buffs that I could use for like damage. I did actually pass up on getting like a magic tier, which was at the first rise, but we, you know, we took Carian Slicer instead, obviously. Charge sorceries, you can't charge any of these spells. Adulas is expensive. Pretty sure the Black Knife Assassin resists to Frost? Or immune to Frost? I forget. Not that it matters. Give me improved sorceries. No! But that is improved sorceries by 8%. What do I have? Spell casting speed. Should we just get rid of the spell casting speed? We don't need that shit, right? Sure. Let's go to this merchant. I forgot what he was actually selling. I kind of want the sorcery increases as like passive buffs, so like the passive ones. So I don't have to keep filling up my slots here because I already have a bunch of good stuff. He wasn't selling the Blood Bowl aromatics. That's unfortunate. Well, that's the next thing to go. The Kestis. I actually do have the buff that gives me more damage when I take damage, and that's 15%. But, you know, that's 7% and this is 10%, so that's just better than taking damage. For that one relic that we have. It's a big boy. Oh, God. Oh, God. That is stupid. I didn't even use restage there either. It's like it was already dead. I'll take the runes. Yeah, sure. Almost 4. We're going to get over 400k. Might as well pick up this church just in case. I don't know why we need it, but we don't. I don't know. Nothing else I really want to do. Am I going to make it? Nice. Well, this is going to be like the most broken build that you might have ever seen, like, ever. I don't think it's going to get any more broken than this. So hopefully, when I say that there is not a single character better than a Duchess with CARIAN Slicer. I hope this kind of proved it, although, like, adulas moonblade's kind of popping off, so. With 2 CARIAN sword sorcery buffs. I mean, the thing is, like, even with, like, the perfect RNG that I've been getting, if we take away, like, they're still gonna get messed up, you know? So maybe it doesn't really help my case. It's like, oh, you got perfect RNG. I don't know. It's a funny run, though. Been pretty funny. And we got it, like, right at the beginning, too. Okay. Who are we gonna get this time? Hope it's a fun boss, I don't know. We can either get Dragonkin Soldier here for full gore. Nameless King or... I think Commander Niall. I think those are the 3 bosses that we can get. Only 3 options in this big-ass randomized game where there's, like, hundreds of bosses that they've made. Cool. So, like, the speed difference doesn't seem that great when I had the +1. It's be like a few frames. Thing is, like, the spell casting speed increases, they're gonna be more noticeable when you're using when you're using certain spells. Certain slower spells, it's more noticeable. Not as noticeable with a CARIAN Slicer. But it definitely helps. But I think I'd rather have this bit of damage boost that we have going on here. 2 Starlight Shards, we can just use these for this fight if we're gonna spam adulas. Now, I'm not sure if I should... I kind of want this to be like CARIAN Slicer gameplay. So I might just spam CARIAN Slicer for the final boss. I'll still proc Frost with adulas, but... for the sake of just talking about CARIAN Slicer. But that is actually crazy. I didn't even think about adulas moonblade. I forgot that actually gets boosted by CARIAN sword sorceries. We're just waiting now. It's the Dragonkin Soldier. They're getting 1 shot. Did I miss? Hey! That's fine. Give me a damage boost. Oh, the boss is not going to spawn for a while. Never mind. Could have interacted with this and saved the flask. Not like I'm going to really die, you know? Now, Dragonkin Soldiers are pretty resistant to Frost. Like the one that we fought. And the Evergale. So, I might just use... I don't know. I could probably choose a Starlight Shot now. That's fine. Yeah, that's damage is dumb. I missed so many times. Poor guy didn't even get to do anything. That's exactly what I was looking for. Yep, yep, and yep. If a GG hasn't even turned into a bigger GG. They need to make this game harder somehow. Like, I'll just make the game, I don't know, make another game mode to make it more challenging. Like, what's even going on? Get some of these, get that, just in case, right? Give me this too. Let's go kill the boss, who cares? This is actually dumb. I don't know what to say. Wish I got a Blood Bowl aromatic too. God damn it, how are we gonna win now? That's like half his health in like 2 attacks. And that's a GG right there. Yep. Yep. Yeah, this is the most broken thing that you might have ever seen in your entire life. Yep. Yep. The Duchess is the best character in the entire game. I don't know, man. Like, that's fucking stupid. CARIAN's... Okay, that's just... I don't know. I don't know. There's the build again. Take a look at it. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. This game is stupid. Yeah, see you guys. Bye.